Our Commitment 2018 coverage tonight, the race for Congress in Iowa's 2nd District is a rematch between incumbent Democrat Dave Loebsack and Republican Christopher Peters. Iowa's 2nd District covers the southeastern part of the state. Tonight, KCCI's Chris Gothner sits down with Congressman Loebsack to talk hot-button issues like health care, trade, and immigration.
Congressman Dave Loebsack has served in Washington since 2007, and a top issue heading into 2018 remains health care. Loebsack says we should keep the Affordable Care Act.
It's not perfect, wasn't perfect, but we've got to continue with that because that has meant that tens of thousands of Iowans who didn't have health insurance now have health insurance.
He says there are some things worth changing, though, like a tax on medical devices, for instance. Loebsack also co-sponsored a bill expanding Medicare to all, an idea popularized by progressive Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. But he admits right now it's a long way from becoming reality.
No, I think it could become a reality at some point. But for now, I think what we have to do is focus on the Affordable Care Act, make sure that we make it better, and stabilize it.
Loebsack says he supports stabilizing drug prices, allowing Medicare to negotiate prices in bulk, and allowing importation of drugs from Canada. Much of the 2nd District is rural, making trade a top issue. Loebsack says he's not a fan of President Trump's tariffs.
We're fighting with too many countries at this point, too many people around the world.
He says he's also pushed to make rural broadband a priority in Congress.
And I got a couple bills passed. One of them takes regulations, reduces regulations on small internet service providers. We have over 120 of those here in Iowa, so they can focus on building out fiber, building out into the rural areas.
As for immigration, Loebsack says he's in favor of a stronger southern border, but a wall vocally supported by President Trump is too costly. He says he wants to see comprehensive immigration reform, including legislation to deal with so-called dreamers, undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children. One issue that's become a litmus test in some Democratic races this year is abolishing immigration and customs enforcement. But Loebsack says abolishing ICE would go too far.
No, I think that'd be the wrong way to go. We have to have an enforcement agency, an enforcement mechanism, but we have to have one that is going to deal with people in a more humane way.
Loebsack says voters should re-elect him because he listens to constituents and has a bipartisan record.
Almost 50% of the bills I put my name on were originated by a Republican. And I get around my district all the time, and I listen to people as much as I possibly can.